Hey guys, thought I'd bring another video for you today. It's of how another neighborhood story, or another neighborhood kid story, but a neighborhood kid that I actually became really good friends with for about a year until he did all of this. But let's get into it. Sorry, just little puppies. They're very cute. But anyways, what it is that the kid, what should we name him? Name of Gavin. Gavin, he was really nice, and his family did have a lot of money and whatnot, or had a good enough amount of money. And this was like when we were living in a trailer park at the time, because we were planning on getting the house, but then it turned into a giant fiasco. But anyways, basically the kid, he was kind of first, because like we moved in and everything, and then he was like, well, I'll show you around the trailer park. And it wasn't like a trashy one. It was kind of like a little bit upscale, kind of. It was actually kind of cool. But the Gavin, he proceeded to show me of, like, he kind of was that Richie kid that was kind of a douchebag. And Gavin was showing me of, like, because at the time I had an Xbox, but I really wanted to get the Kinect for it, because this is right around the time when Star Wars Kinect came out. And if you know me, I'm a total Star Wars nerd. But he had it, and so he was kind of vindictive and a little bit demeaning, because of the fact is, like, he'd invite you to come over to play Star Wars Kinect, and then when you started playing it, he'd immediately get upset. It was like, oh, is this why you only come over and whatnot? He was very manipulative that way. Just, he made you feel bad about yourself. That dick, I really should have punched him in the face. But, oh, I did actually, but I'll get into that too. But basically, I kind of had, he was kind of one of those friends that you want to keep him at a distance, but like you still want to be friends with him. And it's just that young kid mentality. And Gavin started to kind of get a little bit more, I guess you could say, belligerent and strange throughout the time that I knew him. Because he'd basically be like, well, you idiot, you don't know how to ride a bike. I know an old man that's at the end of the block and everything that can teach you how to ride a bike, but he requires to touch you or whatever. And I just looked at him and was just like, one, that's not okay. It's not normal. And two is the fact is, like, why would I want some creepy man trying to touch me when I'm trying to learn how to ride a bike? Anyways, I was basically I thought that, but I basically told him, was like, kindly, like, no thank you. Then he proceeded to have the great idea of to pull a prank. I'm all for pulling a prank on someone, but his idea of a prank was stealing a whole bunch of milk and cereal from neighboring neighbors or whatever. And he proceeded to want to fill up or put a tarp into his back of his dad's truck and make a cereal bowl in his back of his dad's truck. And there was a few other friends at the time, and they were it was a weird friend group. I'll say that much. And this was just one of the times, but I had this chain link Nerf gun at the time, and what this idiot decided to do was he broke the Nerf gun because he basically slightly broke the chain to try and get it to malfunction, which it did, and I couldn't prove it because at the time I couldn't. And I knew he was going to be a hassle, but my parents were wanting me to be friends with him, so I was like, I don't really want to, but I'll do it anyways. And basically my gun was broken. He didn't want to admit it or anything, and it was a whole fiasco in itself. But basically, it ended up being was like he broke the Nerf gun, and then I caught him actually stealing because I had a large set of Pokemon cards. I really wish I had them now, but like I lost them in the house fire that we had. But I had a whole set of Pokemon cards, and I had like a really rare Pikachu that now would be like $30,000. But like he knew this was a rare Pikachu even at the time. I caught him trying to steal it. And when I confronted him about it, he was that he's like, "Oh no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And even if it was me, you can't prove it." Which I couldn't because it was kid after kid. But that wasn't the only time. And one day we were just coming walking to the store, and he proceeded to say to me, "I think you're gay, and I want to try things with you." And I just tried being kind over saying I'm not that sexuality, because he was trying to say that, well, I was gay and everything. And he was basically trying to cause a whole bunch of issues, and it was not a fun time. And he was wanting, it was so weird because he was trying to basically manipulate you into doing things with him. The dude was like Cartman from South Park, to basically put it bluntly. And Gavin was just, he also, I had like a very good collectible like Star Wars themed Nerf blaster that was like I think it's the DC-17 for like what the clones used. And he was wanting to try and basically is like, "Oh, you have another one," because I had like dual, because I felt like Captain Rex at the time. By the way, awesome character. But I felt like Captain Rex at the time, and he was like, "Oh, you have one, so give me your other one." And I just looked at him as like, one, that's not how you get things. Two, I may be young, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Screw off. And he proceeded to try and get my father in trouble. Because what he did was I don't know how he did it, but like he faked a rash or whatever on his side, and was trying to say it's because my dad poisoned him. And I can definitely tell you, and it turned into a whole fiasco with the police and everything. And that's when my parents finally woke up, was like, this kid's insane. And it was a whole thing, because like my dad literally just fed him mac and cheese and whatnot. And like, I understand people are going to say, it was like, "Oh, well, did your father do it?" No, my dad would never do it. He's a very kind soul. And like, he cares about his family and everything. And there was no provocation in the matter. Just the guy was trying to cause issues to the point of where he was going to cause like, and then eventually, like once the cops figured out it's like that you weren't poisoned or whatever, he's just like, "Oh yeah, I lied because your son wouldn't give me the DC-17 blaster." So it turned into an entire thing. And like it was worse because his mom was a goddamn Karen, like the talk to your manager haircut and everything. And it was funny as hell, but like, it was so bad. So bad at the time. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe, like the video, and comment something down below. Comment Captain Rex. Comment Captain Rex down below. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe. Peace.